Hey, this is Tristan, and I wanted to share something I've been working on. I'm trying to make a new feature for LibreNMS where it has some additional capabilities. LibreNMS is one of my favorite tools because it does a great job of discovering everything on your network, and then it discovers every component on every device in your network, and then it graphs them. So you get a historical reference for everything that's on your network. So the thing that's different about what I'm working on is historically, LibreNMS uses RRDs, which are little files on your on server, and that's great. But the data is kind of trapped on your server there. You can't do external reporting on it. Um, Additionally, the graphs are all images. They're not interactive. They're static images, like, and that's how it works, and it works pretty well. But this change uses a graphing tool called what you're seeing here is an example of that. It's using Apache ECharts. That's the graphing front end, and it should work in light mode as well. And so the cool thing about the ECharts is that it's quite flexible. You can do uh, like you could draw interactive things like this. This is showing an aggregate of all the ports on this switch. So it's kind of a ugly mouse over, but it it's very flexible, and you can do. We could enable things like zooming or panning. It's much more interactive than the previous methods, and it's so let's see. Okay, so I think that there's two phases I was going to propose this, and the first one is using egraphs for the charting, and you can actually just keep the backend the same way it was, meaning that the data can still come from RRDs, the RRD files. And I think that's what we're actually at right now. Yes. So the RRD files are currently what is feeding those eCharts. But I also am adding a feature for external data sources like VictoriaMetrics, which is a very powerful open source, very efficient and fast time series database for metrics. So if we send metrics to VictoriaMetrics, we can use them for our graphs. And let's see what that looks like. It should look like the same. Um, let's go to the same device. This is actually just synthetic data that I generated. But so this is the same graphs, but now the data is coming from VictoriaMetrics instead of from the RRD files. So this example that I'm showing shows that eCharts is working. Pulling data from the RRD data source works, and optionally pulling it from a external time series database like VictoriaMetrics works. And I will be keeping working on this, and hopefully being able to get it into LibreNMS once it gets through in a state that is a good state for LibreNMS. So I'll keep working on it. Thanks.